Iraq. Under his command, the 9th Brigade has repeatedly managed to push back the militants and gain ground. But can he and his men really manage to keep the terrorists in check? At moments like this, Araz Abdulqadir forgets all his troubles. His daughter Kobani is his pride and joy. He should be spending much more time at home. His wife is expecting their second child. She's been suffering from severe back pain. But most of all, she's worried about her family and her husband, their life together.
I can't say how I feel. Only God knows. Soon we'll have 2 children. We have our future in front of us. My husband is our future. I don't want to imagine what it would be like to lose him.
Then the general has to leave, to return to the Peshmerga base in Dakuk, a 2-hour car journey from home. There, he's already eagerly awaited. 3 regiments are currently on duty at the front. The general wants his officers to keep him fully informed. He seems tired, annoyed. He's trying to give up smoking. Then suddenly he gets the news that an IS fighter has surrendered at the front.
Okay. Blindfold him. Don't try to be a hero.
He gives the orders that the man should be handed over to the intelligence service. No one here has as much experience in the fight against Islamic State as General Abdulqadir. Not long ago, the Kurdish officer was still serving in the Iraqi army. But then he saw Iraqi troops fleeing during an IS onslaught. That prompted him to leave their ranks and join the Peshmerga. They don't run away, he says. His brigade also includes foreign nationals, volunteers from Europe now fighting side by side with the Peshmerga.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Where have you been?
I was in Austria.
Austria?
6 days.
Why?
Got some new boots.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
You know me. I got something for you, too. I'll give it to you later.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Hey, good.
The volunteers come from various countries. They respect the general. He's one of the few people here who can speak English.
How are you? Fəmənəy?
Tak, bro, sir.
Hello, bro.
Oh, tak.
Hi. You shave your mustache. Yeah. Nice, yeah.
He thinks this united assault against IS is important.
Yeah.
It's not just our war. It's a war that affects everybody. Our country is the battleground. The war is being fought here, and our country is suffering the most from the consequences. Only time will tell whether we're going to be rewarded at some point for fighting terrorism.
Everyone here thought that they were about to set out on a night patrol, but the general orders them to have an early night. Early the next morning, the general sets off again. Heading to the front line, just a few kilometers from the base. A year ago, this area was under the control of the Islamic State. Abdulqadir is proud that the Kurdish fighters, the Peshmerga, have managed to expel IS. But he says the terrorist militia has not been significantly weakened.
One of our daily tasks is to monitor the situation on the front line, to check how the soldiers are there, to make sure that everything there is okay, and that they're not taken off guard by the enemy's movements.
Last night, surveillance reveals suspicious IS fighter movements close to Peshmerga lines. The general wants to be sure his brigade is prepared for a possible attack.
Everything okay here? What's the situation? Everything okay? This is one of our commanders. Our soldiers are on high alert, and our artillery is ready in the event that Islamic State is planning something crazy. At any rate, we and our people are more than 100% ready to teach them a lesson. After all, we're the Peshmerga. We're ready for victory. We're ready to defend our country.
The village in sight here is still under the control of the IS militia. Abdulqadir wants to know exactly where the IS fighters were detected the previous night. Maybe they're planning an ambush or have laid mines.
So there were suspicious movements in this village.
Yes, in this village and over there too.
There are snipers hunkered down in these villages. The troops have to be on the lookout at all times. Just recently, a soldier was killed in an IS attack.
The road that ends here could also be used for suicide car bombings. We can stop them from using German-made missiles without calling for air cover. There's often mortar fire, or IS fighters can infiltrate and open fire on us.
Just a few days ago, the brigade liberated a village from IS together with Shiite militias. But it's a slow, difficult process.
Is the map updated daily?
Yes, it is.
Militias, the Iraqi army, the US. General Abdulqadir hoped a broader coalition would produce more rapid results.
We definitely need more munitions. We've already received weapons from the West, and people are trying to support our fight, but I would like more help. After all, our safety, but also the security of other nations, depends on the sacrifices of the Peshmerga in this battle.
Time to head back to the base. The tension evaporates. At a checkpoint, they have a chat.
Morning. How you doing?
Well, we had our breakfast at 5:30, so we're fine.
والله
The general has to rely on the loyalty of his soldiers and that they don't lose the spirit to fight, no matter what happens. The front line against the Islamic State is a long one. Many small villages still have to be liberated. It's a grueling business, and no one knows when the fighting might be over.
Each of us is somebody's son, and now we have our own families too. In the past, when we were children, we used to wait for our fathers. Now we bear responsibility for our children and their lives. I hope that I can fulfill my children's expectations of what a father should be. I also bear responsibility for other fathers. I want them to return home safely. We are sacrificing ourselves so that other families will remain safe and secure.
And when IS is vanquished, they hope that their dream of an independent Kurdistan will finally come true. Time to eat. They're serving rice and beans like they do almost every day. The general says he normally likes eating together with his soldiers, but he needs to take to the road again, back to his wife, who is expecting their child in 2 days' time.